Yeah.
Hey, check it real quick. You can hear us?
See something?
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, you go.
Shalom.
Shalom.
The brothers from Great Millstone, New Orleans branch, coming at you with another live camp. Prior to getting started, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Hakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations through elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, in this particular camp, it's gonna be current events, but I want to start off with a lot of this information that's being leaked, all right, especially with these Epstein files, okay, and I'm gonna probably select it from even saying it, but we're gonna use that as we just gonna say the files, all right, the EPs, all right, and yeah, we just gonna get off into it. Start me off with that,
Con. It's Revelation 18. I'll start at verse 2. It says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
all right, and as we understand, the book of Revelations is written by John the Revelator. Okay, and he's getting revelations, right, of the things in which we're seeing building up right now in our society. Okay, the downfall of America, all right, hey, the rising of Israel. You see, the true Israelites, all right, according to the scriptures, man. All right, and he's going into the fall of America, all right, and he's going into the things in which made America fall in the first place. Yeah, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All of these different nations, their kings, their nobles, right, which translate in today's time as their presidents, their dictators, prime ministers, and different guys of that stature. You see, these guys have meddled with the fornications of America, right? The witchcraft, right? The buying and selling of goods gotten by deceit. You see, all of these things play a part in the wrath in which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is about to bring down, not only on America, but primarily America, but also the other nations as well, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4 says, and I
Real
heard,
quick, I want to say this too because it says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay, so meaning they turned a blind eye to the dirt in which America has done in partaking in the buying and selling of the different goods, right? In America has obtained, right? Go ahead.
verse 4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
So just as these other nations have turned a blind eye on the wickedness, all right, the iniquity that has built up in America, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, all right, and all those other nations that are still here, they're gonna partake in the wrath that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna send on this place. All right, you got certain guys who say, you know, whatever the alphabet community do, that's their business, as long as they don't bring it to me. All right, they look at the EP files and they say, well, that's just what that guy was doing, you know, and they turn a blind eye to it. You see, they give these people passes on their wickedness. All right, and hey, according to our law, statutes, and commandments, you a wicked man if you don't tell the things in which you saw, man. All right, hey, if you don't mind, grab that for me. But go ahead, huh?
Come on, it's verse 5.
And it's the point.
It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities.
That's right. So this devil's sins, he's been committing sin since he got here. Really, since he got on the earth, man. But predominantly here in America, where he took hold, all right, of the nation of Israel, man. All right. First and foremost, starting off with whom? You so-called blacks, right? You so-called Negroes, man. According to the Atlantic trade, slave trade, you know. Then the slaughter of our brethren, right? The Gadites, the Reubenites, you see. And then now today, right? You got the so-called Latino tribes, all right? They're getting messed over. ICE, you know, and different things of that nature, being underpaid, right? But yeah, it says her sins have reached unto the heavens, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. You see? Hey, Bayan, get it where it says Psalms, this devil thought altogether that the Lord was with him. Go ahead, bring that out.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 5, verse 1. I'm reading the KJV, then the NLT. It says, and if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So in the NLT, it says, if you are called to testify about something you have seen or that you know about, it is sinful to refuse to testify, and you will be punished for your sin.
God. Now, you know, what this brother just brought out, according to our laws, all right, which, you know, contrary to popular belief, hey, we still, you know, try to do our best to abide by those things, man. All right, as much as we can in this society. But nevertheless, we're doing that now. By us being out here, all right, making our bodies a living sacrifice, we're fulfilling that. All right, and I'm gonna prove that right here. Go ahead, Doc.
All right. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
That's right. So there are men, okay, which that's the prophets, right? The 144,000 that are actually crying out and sighing. You see? Then you have the innumerable multitude, the elect, the other portion, right? The 1/3. They believe on the sighing and the crying in which those men are doing. All right. And what are they sighing and crying about? The things, the injustice that is going on here in America, man. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
So there are two commandments in which the Lord has given an angel right here. He's saying to save those who are sighing and crying, or giving that true report, all right, that brother had brought out in the law. All right, save those people. Check the audio one more time too, Kabak.
It's straight.
I'm just making sure. But nevertheless, the second commandment is to kill those in which who are not giving that true report. All right, who are turning a blind eye. You see? Go ahead.
All right. Ezekiel 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
That's right. You know, because you also have, right, some of these guys who say they're in the truth, these different camps, right? Even in Great Millstone, you have certain men that haven't been sought out yet, but they will be, right? That low key are with the things that are going on in the world, man. They're going along with the different doctrines and philosophies, right, under wraps. You see, they're turning a blind eye to certain things, man. But it said at the ancient, right? Those that know the truth, okay, know what's going on. All right, that's sold out, the sellouts, man. Okay, but that's all I wanted in that. Just to back up what that brother had brought out. Go ahead and bring that Psalms out.
This is Psalms 50.
And whoever got precept,
Psalms 50 and 21.
Uh-huh.
It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
That's right. Okay, so that particular scripture is going into these Edomites, in which they believe that the things they committed, I know, on this you know, this American soil, okay, in which they stole. They thought those
Sure.
things were, you know, the right thing to do. They thought the Lord was with them in doing such, right? Which the Lord had sent us over here for a punishment, but he did what? He furthered our afflictions, man. Okay? He took matters into his own hands and he went against the script. So now, which we understand this as well, man. The Lord has sanctioned all of these things, right, from the heavens first and foremost. Okay, these things were already sought to happen, all right. But nevertheless, this devil got to pay for that, man. All right, and he done a lot of these things with witchcraft being at the base of it, man. Communicating with Satan, all right, intermingling with different demons, putting spells on people, right? That's a part of his wickedness, all right, his nakedness being uncovered. Okay? So whoever got a precept.
Hey, I want to make a point.
Go ahead.
Say what you just said, that last little couple sentences.
No, I said he done all of those things with witchcraft being at the base, right? And that's a part of his wickedness being uncovered.
Right. And that's what you were saying now. Right. Ultimately, what the brother been going into with the EP files. All right. You're seeing them actually cover up they're trying to cover up all of their wickedness.
That's right.
You know, because all of this, you know, when they're dealing with the children, all right, talking about, you know, for brothers that's been heavy into, you know, actually looking at the files and the statements and the documents and things, you know, they're talking about how good this was, you know, the whole pie with the gate, right? Y'all brothers understand what I'm saying? You know, with the whole thing about that, you know. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. There's a chart out there with it's basically categorizing, you know, the different things that had happened in these EP files, right? And I'm not gonna go into them, but what that brother had brought out, that Pie Gate situation, all right, that was a major part in that, man. All right, and a lot of these different celebrities, different icons and idols, right, that you see on that medium called the TV screen, and also on all social media platforms, these people, they turn a blind eye to it. You see, and we're talking about, you know, kids, man, little kids, right? Different atrocities.
Yeah.
You know, but
because that's what I was gonna say. You know, all of that's the sacrifice of those children. All of those things are part of wicked sacrifices, man. Right? They tell you that they was doing that back in the ancient times. Molech sacrificing a ball.
Yep.
You know, these things that they've been doing. So now it's been uncovered from the fold, from the world to see. You know, and my question is, why in the hell you people are not outraged?
That's right.
You know, when the hell are you Americans gonna wake up? You keep talking and keep talking. When is the action gonna proceed, man? You know, that's what we waiting on. We not gonna be the ones to do it. We chilling. We prophesying. The Lord is using the mouths of the prophets to uncover these things. When are you people gonna wake the hell up, man? You know, go ahead, bro.
I want to say this, all right, because though these things are coming out to the public,
yeah,
right? Most of the people that are outraged are not even so-called blacks, Latinos, or Native Americans.
Exactly.
It's your fucking average Joe Edomites. I'm talking about your six-pack, you know, bush drinking Edomites, right? Which these guys, of course, they're outraged because now they're seeing. It's almost like you start to see, and I'm using this as a figure of speech, the dirty underwear of your mother, so to speak. You start to see like her you know, the negative points of your mother, and it outrages you, you know, and that's what these people are experiencing. But what's up with you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man? Why don't you have, you know, like this brother say, why aren't you enraged? You know, why don't you feel some type of way about this? Because these are the things that are funding, right, the behavior in which you guys are doing, right, and involving yourselves in, right? The rap community, the pop community, okay? All of these different fads and trends are backed by witchcraft, man, and it's being exposed on a major level, okay? Senators and presidents and different big wigs, so to speak, are being named in these EP files, man.
Yeah, and you had your girl. She came out and said, "What? If we was to actually unredact all of the names, the whole system will collapse." You know, let that motherfucker collapse, man. Go ahead, bro.
But these people refuse to acknowledge the fact that America is run by druids and warlocks and witches, man. Okay, they thought that the people that were speaking these things in 2015, right, 2010 were crazy, but now it's starting to be, it's true. Okay, but let's start getting some of these precepts. You brought that out. Let's work our way this way. Go ahead, Al.
As Sirach 20, verse 29. That's why, like the brother said, that's why Jake not outraged. You know what I'm saying? It says presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise and stop up his mouth they cannot reprove. That's why Jake not outraged, because they benefit off this place. They want to continue to benefit off this place. You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, people that is outraged, they not benefit from it. So it's like they have no choice but to speak against this place. You know what I'm saying? And expose what Esau's doing. You know, because people that don't want to expose Esau is benefit out of Esau. They don't want to stop, man. You know?
And that goes back to that quote, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
These people rather remain in the blind, all right, because they can't handle the truth. You see, a lot of these, and I'm gonna use this one example, and I'm gonna let you brothers continue with your precepts. But a lot of these women can't stomach the fact that Beyonce is with that. And I used her because she's a big icon, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these people can't stomach the fact that NBA YoungBoy is a part of that. You know, different names, you can insert whatever name, you know, fit your fancy. But nevertheless, all of these people are with these things. And I'm gonna say this, your man's Donald, you know, DJ Donald. Not your man's,
I know.
you know what I mean? He better not be none of our man's. But nevertheless, they can't stomach the fact that these people have intermingled with PDF file activity, right? The drinking of adrenochrome. You know, if you don't know what that is in 2026, you lost in the sauce. And it's easy to say, if you don't repent and come back to the Lord, you won't be burnt up. All right, because a lot of these things in which are coming out, centered around that, man. Okay. But that was it on your pre?
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah, I got that.
You got something? Go ahead, bring it pre up.
Yeah, this is this is Obadiah 1:6. This says, "How are the things of Esau searched out?
Yes.
How are his hidden things sought up?" You want to speak on it?
Go ahead.
Come on. Yeah, Obadiah 1:6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" All right, and it's being searched out and sought up by the mouth of the prophets. All right, the Lord is revealing, all right, who this devil is truly is. That's a part of the downfall of his kingdom. All right, the mouthpieces of the Lord is that fire that's consuming this devil.
Jump up to verse 3.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obadiah 1:3. It says, "The pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?"
So I got this brother to bring that out because, you know, these devils have set themselves up among the nations, right? Through way of what? Witchcraft, deception, right? Lies, okay? And ultimately striking fear within the earth, man. You see? And bloodshed, right? You know? So what was backing that was what? Witchcraft, man. All right? Dealing with familiar spirits, all right? The elder always bring it out. These devils have a specific system in which they talk to, you know, Satan, man. Right? But go ahead.
Yeah, verse 4, it says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh."
That's right. And it made me remember about that Psalms. What that was, Psalms 50. You know, that Psalms 50 that the brother brought out. Hey, these devils thought that the Lord was with that. Okay, them dealing, with Satan, okay? Because you have to understand, the elites know who we are. The elites know who the true power of the heavens and the earth is, man. Okay, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, they know what this truth is about, man. Okay, and they thought that the Lord was with them being like on in cahoots with Satan, man. But they don't even know they're in a trick bag. Right, the power in which Satan, which goes back to what the book of Job 9:24, right? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked by way of what? Satan, man. Right, they're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which gave them power, which boosted up, right, their pride, right, which lifted up the pump, like it's saying Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. But the Lord said what? Though you exalt yourself as an eagle, right, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. The Lord gonna bring them down in the end. And how is he doing that? Right? Which the brother, go ahead and get verse 6 again, bro.
Yeah, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
That's right. And by way of the prophets, man. All right. And the prophets are also getting a lot of these facts from what? Your different whistleblowers, right? Different guys and women that have been in the inner workings, right, of these different organizations, these different so-called brotherhoods that get down with this sort of, PDF file activity, the EP file activity, man. That's been on these islands, You can bring your pre out, and I'm gonna come right back to you.
This 2 Thessalonians 2:8.
Yep.
And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Has not the wicked been revealed? Do we not know who the wicked of the earth is? Okay. It's by way of what? The prophets, man. Okay, the breaking down of these scriptures, right? The understanding of these scriptures, the Ruach Wadash, right? Coming on the earth and working through certain men to break these scriptures down, right? Being diligent and actually, looking into these things, man. Countless hours, being put in. You see, sacrifice, okay? And this devil has been revealed, and it said he's being what?
Being consumed with the spirit of his mouth.
And who's the spirit of the Lord mouth, man? The prophets, okay? We're the mouthpiece of the Lord. A lot of people, misconstrue the fact that the Lord is. They think the Lord just when it's time when so-called the judgment day in their brain happens, the Lord is gonna come out the sky and just with a big ass face just talk to individual people. No, it's by way of the prophets, man. Okay, the very things in which we're doing now. I was having a conversation with a family member of mine earlier, and I was telling them, we don't do these videos because the scriptures say, hey, y'all better go do videos in the end time. It don't say that. You see, it say feed the sheep, man. How will the spirit consume these people? By way of what we doing right now, man, with the assistance of the internet. You see? You got something? Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. It says, blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he had visited and redeemed his people, and had raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
So without the mouth of the prophets, okay, it's safe to say nobody will be saved. None of us will be here. Literally, none of us right here, none of the, the apostles, the elders, none of us would be here if it weren't for the mouthpiece of the prophets, man. Okay? You want to say that?
But it says since the world began.
The prophets been here.
Who warned Adam?
It was always the prophets.
Who?
Get out of my head,
You think the Lord was just visibly just appearing to Adam and just talking to him? Who was Adam hiding from? But nobody puts these type. Jake don't think about nothing though.
And that's why
they just be simple.
That's why I said what I said. It took the Ruach Wadash, okay, for the men who was there in the beginning to break these things down, man. All right? Who would have known they had prophets? A lot of people think it was just only Adam and Eve in the garden, you know? But by way of much, studying and ultimately, like it said, that horn, you see, that horn, right? Yahweh Shai, being that comforter, being that word for us to understand, okay? By way of him, we have the answers to these questions, man. You know, that's why we're not shaking when we see things like the EP files, right? We've been forewarned of these things. You see, these are the things they're only acting. This is new to this new world. You see, but they've been doing this, like the brother said, since the beginning of time. This witchcraft, idolatry. That's what it goes back to, man. All right, these are esoteric practices. Okay,
That's why the Lord called them the modern day Chaldeans.
that's right.
The Chaldeans were known for their worshiping witchcraft.
That's right, huh?
You got America doing the same thing.
Go ahead. You got more in that?
I got something. You
Go
got that in Isaiah 47?
He got that.
Oh, all right. Okay. Go ahead, bring your pre out. I know you've been holding.
This is just to back you brothers up real quick. This is Hebrews 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, God, who at sundry times in diverse manners spake in times past unto the Father by the prophets. So just like what you brothers are saying, the Lord, who was talking to Adam basically, right? He said the voice of the Lord, right, in the cool of the day. That was the prophets back then, telling them, hey, look, you went off. This is what you did, and this is what's going to happen. But he ain't want to hear the voice. You know what I'm saying? So he tucked tail and went and hide. You know what I'm saying? But you brothers got it.
Nah, that's on time, man. That's right on point. At this point, those that say, the prophets, and they don't have to say we the prophets. That's cool. We know, we convinced already, right? These men up here are rooted and convinced already. We don't need no more convincing. We know this the truth. Okay, so if they say we're not the prophets, then who are they? Where they at? You see? But go ahead with your precept, and we're gonna keep moving down. Whatever you want to bring out first.
Isaiah 47.
Girl.
This Isaiah 47 and that 2. Take the millstone. No, starting at 1 Slaki. Come down and set in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Set on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
That's right. So real quick, I'm gonna stop you. It says, come down and sit in the dust, right? Meaning sit down in confusion. Okay? America is in shambles right now. Economically, politically, all right, financially, all around the board, America is in shambles. I did a video I think a week ago, going into how America is basically in a state of shock. Right? It's I called it economic adrenaline, right? Adrenaline is something, it's a enzyme in which your body produces when something catastrophic happens to you, all right? And it basically lets you continue on a little bit longer, right? And that's what America is going through. It's sitting in the dust, man. All right. The reason why you see things continuing on as it is because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua ain't get a green light to the angels yet. You see, to cut loose all hell. But really, this place is already destroyed. All it takes is one major crisis. All right, one major thing for all the dominoes to just start falling, man. You see, for utter chaos to break out. Keep going now.
Yeah,
Good. Go ahead, bring it out.
Yeah, it's the word adrenaline. It's AIOV that says a hormone and neurotransmitter produced by the adrenal glands that drive the body's fight or flight response to stress, fear, or danger.
That's heavy. All right. America is in a fight or flight state. Okay. And right now, we understand that through prophecy, all right, by way of the scriptures, there is no flight. Okay. Scriptures tell you if America could be healed, she would have been healed. You see? But she won't be healed. All right. We started off with the banger. Revelations 18 and 5. You see? It's 6. That was 6, right?
1 through 6.
Come on, 1 through 6. All right. Her sins already done reached up. Now it's time to pay the piper. Okay? And there's no coming back from this state that America is in. All right? Or like it says, that virgin daughter, right? Babylon. Okay? There's no turning back. These different files, and that's why I wanted to go into this, because this is a big thing. These EP files are a big thing, man. They can't erase this image out their head. It's like seeing some shit you ain't want to see, and you saw it. It's like, oh fuck, you know, you can't erase this from your mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the same people who create these laws against PDF failure and stuff like that, you know, these politicians, the people who put the amendments and the laws in place, they're the same people that's upholding, that put those laws in place. They're the same people committing
that's right,
the crimes, the acts. So now, yeah, so when the people that's under those laws, when they look at the people who's supposed to be in a sense above those laws,
right,
it's like, what is this society? Like, what is our government? Like, who are these people actually that's ruling over us? But it's coming out who they truly are, morally, everything. You got it.
You know what's a common remark from these different veterans who fought? Is this what we fought for?
Yes.
Is this the country we fought for? Is this what America has become? You see? Basically, the worst has happened. Oh, go ahead. Run
But
it.
you got a lot of these politicians that didn't take part, you know, in these events, that's actually coming out and putting tweets out saying that, listen, I know how to swim, I don't own any guns, you know, because something to just accidentally happen, or they would just accidentally commit suicide. Accidentally, though.
Say
you
out
know?
loud.
Huh?
Say something.
Unlive it. You know, they accidentally
expiration.
Yeah, they accidentally expire themselves. You know, so they're actually coming out and tweeting these things. Look, I do not own a gun. I know how to swim. Any type of way that you can accidentally unalive yourself, they putting everything off the checklist because they know what's coming next. You know, they getting all kind of threats. You know, these different things happening. You know, but you got it.
Yeah, and that's heavy because those guys, right? They're the ones. They the, you know, they was like the sheep, you know, the dumb sheep that didn't know that they were surrounded by wolves, man.
Yeah.
And at some point, and that's why I'm going into that turning a blind eye thing. How could you not know something was fishy, right? This didn't smell right when you went to this certain, you know, event. You weren't invited to this certain event, but you turned a blind eye to it, okay? Because it was benefiting you while it benefited.
Right.
And now you're trying to clean your tracks. You know, these people that scream innocence, they're not truly innocent.
No.
Not by way of, they might not have partaken in any of these atrocities, but you knew about it in some way, form, or fashion.
Yeah, just to back you up, as the scriptures say, oppression maketh the wise man mad.
I got that.
But the gift destroys the heart. They got their gift. So when they got their gift, guess what? You right, I ain't seen nothing.
Right.
And that's why now they trying to make it look like, well, I ain't do nothing. I knew it happened, but I wasn't in it.
Right.
No, you was in it because you knew it happened.
Some of these people were paid off, right? They didn't attend certain places, but you got a bonus at the end of the year. So where that come from? You know? Real quick, I'm about to bring out what he quoted. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You know, and that's basically what we going into, man. All right? Better is the end of this place. You see? And it's a glorious time. Somebody hold that for me in Matthew. Find it for me where it say, many prophets before thee have longed to see this. You know what I'm talking about? You know? We're seeing some glorious things right now. I can, I believe it is, but yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Sirach 11, verse 8. And it says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's why, like it says, man, it's the end of a thing, the beginning. Hey, man, we in the end of Esau's rulership, man. Like, that's how you know we in the end of Esau's rulership, man. We being exposed, man, to a higher level, man. You know? So, hey, man, he can't come back from it, man. He can't be restored, but he can't be healed. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Whereas, hey, this place downfall makes us, hey, man, uprising, man. You know, to hey, man, our kingdom's about to come. You know?
Shit, get it in
Yeah, second Ezra 6, man.
You know? Real quick, I'm gonna get this precept. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Let me start at 16. It says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye heard, and have not heard them.
So this particular scripture, really is a prophecy. When you look at it, hey, the Lord prophesied, and that's in red letters. The Lord prophesied that, you know, blessed will the eyes be of the prophets in this time. Okay, seeing the things that are happening. We're seeing the MOTB being talked about on mainstream media. Okay, we're seeing World War III being pushed and publicized on all platforms. Okay, we're seeing the dirt, which that's what this particular lesson is going into, being uncovered, right? These are things in which were kept in secret. We're seeing these things start to be broadcasted all over the earth, man. You want to say something?
Yeah, which all that is a sign to let us know, hey, man, we at the end, man. That our salvation is near than we believe, man.
That's why it says, blessed are our eyes that we see these things, man. Okay? These big tech, you know, producers, Elon Musk, and all those different guys, working on Neuralink, okay, actually producing the very device in which we read about in the scriptures, man. Okay, we're seeing this happen in real time. All right, according to what? Matthew the 24th chapter, man. The days being speed up. You see? Hey, you got that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that's why, hey, man, this place got to fall, man. You know? That's why, hey, man, we're rejoicing in the times we're in, man. Seeing Esau's crumbling, man. Because, hey, man, by him crumbling, makes us, hey, our kingdom be about to be established, man.
So the back is brought up, as you said, we see the fall of this man world. This age, this man it's crawling from the inside out. You see the deterioration of the financial system, the morals are decaying, people, the evils are increasing, iniquity is increasing. All these things we see in real time, man.
Yeah, Esau, man, he can't deceive no more, man. Because everybody waking up, you know what I'm saying, to his wickedness, man. And fathers, man, lies. You know, because that's how he was able to remain in his power, man, by deceiving. He can't do it no more. So it lets us know, hey, he's crumbling, man. He's about to fall.
Yeah.
Going into that, going into that deception in which Esau had used, right? I'm gonna say it again. It was backed by what? Witchcraft. All right. Hey, the somebody get it. Let's see. It's in get it from it. The covering cast. It's in Isaiah. I'm just holding too much shit. It's in Isaiah. All right, but nevertheless, hey, that covering cast don't work no more, man. All right. Why? Because your witchcraft ain't as strong as it was. Okay? Because at one point in time, even us ourselves, you see, like it tell you, hey, the Lord told Jeremiah, even you will be discontinued from your heritage. And that was a representation for whom? The prophets, man. Even us. We didn't know that, you know, Jake didn't know we were gonna be no prophets.
Yeah.
We didn't know the true names, all right, of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, okay, that we were truly honorable people. We didn't know we were more than niggas, tontos, and spicks, wetbacks. We didn't know that.
So we was caught up in the wickedness, man. In the fathers, man. We was caught up in the lies.
That was a part of what? His witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Yeah.
You see, his wickedness, man.
Uh-huh.
Okay, his deception, right? We thought the Most High and His Son was white. The angels were white.
Babies.
Go ahead.
But it tell you that in the Job 9 and 24, he covered the faces of the judges. And he did that. You got the whitewashing, the painting over the images, the putting this Cesare Borgia as God, But that was a part of his deception, his witchcraft.
That's right, Doc. And the Lord is basically vaporizing that shit, man. Okay? By this little old book that people have in the front of their fucking windshields, right? And in their homes in the front room that they never open, that's full of dust, right? That's cracking because they haven't been exercising it, using it, okay? This thing right here is bringing an end to this wicked ass world, man.
Yeah.
All right?
Even if because most people they ain't gonna know the names of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai.
Right.
But another a factor that this man is losing his power, that deception, is people starting to in general starting to steer away from the Jesus Christ thing. Even if it's not Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. You got people leaving Yahweh, Yeshua, but in general, people are leaving that whitewashing thing,
right?
In a sense, you know what I'm saying. But that's another note to let you know this man losing his power, because everybody was Jesus Christ at first, right? But over time, everybody's steering away from it because he's losing that power of the deception, man.
And that's a part of his reign, right? They can tell you in Job the 20th chapter, he had a certain time, okay, to reign. You see, this is an indication that the scriptures are true, man. We're literally seeing the scriptures, be validated, through by way of what, man? The actions that are going on in the earth, which we didn't need, validation. We believe already, like I said. But now the world is starting to believe, them dudes that was on that corner, they was saying some real shit. I think what they were saying was true. Jesus was black. They starting to truly believe, man. Go ahead, bring your free out.
All right, this Numbers 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. Neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, what have the Most High wrought.
And ultimately, that's going into the elect, man. Right? These things will not work on the elect. All right? Especially now that we're in the truth. That's why Jake even got the inclination, or the feeling through the spirit to search for something else. You see? Jake went down the rabbit hole with, going back to the Pi Gate thing. I don't know how you brothers came up with. So, Jake started out as a so-called conspiracy theorist, looking at different things that did not make sense. All right, why did this happen? What do you mean 9/11? And, as the ball started rolling, Jake started to, think more and more, man, this shit might not be what they say it is. All right. So nevertheless, that's going back to that scripture, man. All right. Hey, the Lord actually, putting a hedge of protection around the minds of the elect, man. Okay. It don't work, man. We gonna get yours. I know you've been holding it.
All right. This is Isaiah 47. I'm gonna read a little bit in it. We'll start at verse 9.
Hey, because I had him holding that. Okay. Go up to we stopped at 1. Go to 2 and just start reading down. And I'll let you know when to stop.
Good. This is Isaiah 47 verse 2. It says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Take thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
That's right, man. Okay. So the legs are being made bare. right? The locks are being uncovered. Okay, the nakedness, right, is you know, a because when you go back to verse 1, it says at the end, at the latter end of verse 1, it says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Right? And when you take tender and delicate is an indication of purity. You see? So when America first started, right, with the so-called founding fathers and things of that nature, the rest of the world thought this place was pure. Okay? It had a sort of purity to it. But as time progressed, people started to see that there was skeletons in America's closets, in those that founded America, right? These things were starting to be uncovered, and now more than ever. All right? Go ahead.
And then verse 4, and it says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, is his name, the Holy One of Israel."
And I'm going to say this too. America was a place in which, like they say in the, what that song is that they be singing?
What?
The national anthem?
National anthem.
Yeah. The home of the free.
The Pledge of Allegiance.
The Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. This is a place of refuge, for those that want to be free and brave, basically, right? All of the other nations believed that this was that promised land, okay? That place in which you could just live out your wildest dreams. And for a time it was, okay? But it was all fueled, and backed by evil, witchcraft, okay? Wickedness, okay? Deceit, lies, deception, all right? And it says, "For as our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel." Go ahead.
"Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms."
And I'm going to say this because I forgot to mention, it says, I will take, back in verse 3, "I will take vengeance and will not meet you as a man." Okay, and that's talking about Yahushua, man. All right, when Yahushua come back, you will not get the opportunity to put him on a crucifix, all right, or to tie him up and crucify him, man. You won't get the opportunity to feed, giving piss to drink, all right. You won't get that opportunity to pierce him in his side and put a crown of thorns on him, to spit on him, to throw rocks at him, all right. He gonna meet you as an angelic being. And the Lord, basically, in our terms, say he gonna beat the piss out them. He say he gonna beat them in the powder. That's crazy.
Beat the piss out.
In our terms, that's equivalent to that. The Lord gonna beat the piss out of these people, man. All right, but nevertheless, the Lord will meet you people, all right, as the angelic force in which, all right, he started out as, man. You see?
Right. That's certain characteristics that's in Jake that the Lord has. That's
right.
where they get it from. Right? They got a Jake. If you just look at him funny, it's it's on. Or they got a Jake if you giving him bad vibes, right? He think it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord sometimes he has that. That's where we get it from. So and the Lord owes these people a lot, like what the brother was saying. The crown of thorns. Put them through hell, through torment. You know what I'm saying? Also his people.
Right. The persecution of his brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the different prophets in times of old. Most of them met what? Horrific deaths, man.
Yeah.
Shit, the scriptures say, hey, some of us gonna die, man. Be beheaded for this truth. Okay? Be tortured. Right? When you start to go down a rabbit hole and go into, these different documents that entails the things, the torture devices in which they don't have that for no average motherfucker, man. That's for the prophets. That's for those that are opposing the NWO. You see? That's not for average Joes who just don't want to get down with the program. They'll be killed. Those are nobodies. You see? Those things, the guillotines, the thumb screws, electric chairs, gas chambers, and the list goes on and on, man. Those things are being reserved for those that truly are opposing this thing that they have going on, man. The NWO, the New World Order. Okay?
And everybody else go forward.
That's right.
Right. I got a quick precept just to back you up. This is Psalms 116, and 14, it says, I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. And that's what we're doing now, man. We vowed a vow to the Lord. I know we speaking on that yesterday, and we're upholding it. Okay. Verse 15, it says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Right? So, yeah, they persecuted the Lord, they persecuted the saints, but he says, that's precious, man. But the Lord didn't forget about the pain they went through, the torturing, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So in like manner, they're going to get the same things.
That's right, double. Right? Because verse 7, back in that Revelation, the 18th chapter, goes into them being repaid double. The Lord is coming to repay them double, man. Okay? They cup getting filled double. You see? Go ahead,
This verse 6, Isaiah 47:6. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
That's right. Okay? Hey, that's going back to what you just said. Right? Even the people of the Lord, man. Right? I mentioned it earlier. If a brother want to grab it, they further the affliction. You got that? Bring it out real quick.
This Zechariah 1:15, it says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
That's right. Okay? They forwarded the affliction. Okay? Not only, did they have us in hardcore slavery, and also, we don't have to go into it. Brothers know what the hell, went on in slavery days. And it's a lot of shit that we don't know as a whole. Okay? But nevertheless, all of the different atrocities that they did, like individually to different people, they gotta pay for that. You see? And them paying for that is what's going on right now is a direct result of them paying for that. The fall of their kingdom. You see? The Lord is strategically breaking down this place. When you look at it tell you in what is that Exodus 3:15, the Lord is a man of war. If you're a man of war, you exercise strategies, war strategies, all right? And to effectively bring down a system, you have to start within. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's an excellent chess player. He's playing chess. You see? He's breaking this devil down from the inside out. And then he's going to utterly just wash him away. Just a full board sweep, man. He's going to flip the table. He just going to flip the table. Go ahead.
All right, verse 6 again. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Going back to what that brother brought out, that Zechariah 1, you see? Hey, this devil furthered the affliction. He didn't tell us who he was, okay? He didn't have mercy, as it just said. He didn't even have mercy on the old people or the young. The children, none of them. Okay? Keep going. And you could get whatever you wanted in there.
Okay, con. And it says, verse 7, it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Verse 8, it says, therefore, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Going back to that pride being lifted up, all right? Hey, this bitch thinks she gonna sit a lady forever. No, all right? Hey, your filth, okay? Your wretched stench, okay? Your odor is being sought out, man, by the men of the Lord, okay? And the other nations are seeing and smelling you, man. All right? They're seeing how wretched you are, okay? How odious you are. Go look that word up. Take that.
Good, bro. Verse 9, it says, but these two things
shall come to thee in a moment,
Mhm.
in one day.
It says those two things. What two things, man? Okay, sitting as a widow and knowing the loss of children. Okay, hey, this America has never seen war, right? Real war. I'm not talking about disputes amongst different factions here. No, I'm talking about from a whole nother continent.
Being penetrated.
Yeah, being penetrated by another continent. Foreign soldiers on your land. Okay, you've been a bully within the earth. Okay, for decades on end. All right, and now you're going to start to see the loss of children. All right, you're going to start to send your kids over, your sons and daughters over, all right, to these different nations, especially, and I'm a God one, man. Okay, Yahweh Shaphat, all right, Armageddon, man. Yahweh's judgment, okay, over there in Saudi Arabia. You see, you gonna get a lot of them not coming back, man. Majority of those people, all right, who are enlisting right now are not coming back. There will be,
To back you up, that's draft for to come. So
yeah, of course.
people say, oh, that's not happening, man. They finna do with all that. Sons and daughters can be drafted. It's finna get real bad. Just like your brother said, they finna know the loss of sons and daughters and children, all that.
That's right. And widowhood. They will know widowhood. A widow is a woman, all right, in which her husband died. Okay?
I got you. Exactly what you talking
Finish that out in Isaiah. You still got more in that Isaiah?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I wanted to get to the sorceries and enchantments.
Yeah, go ahead and
But he
finish
did it-
verse 8 and then let him
let
get
him
the
do
precept.
precept.
about. This is a,
Finish on
there was a verse,
What was on 9?
that. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
but these two things shall come to thee. Yeah. Come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of children and widowhood.
Right.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
So these things are going to happen because of what?
Because of the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Right. Those different doctrines and philosophies in which the so-called white man has produced amongst the earth. All right. This devil has made lies and fueled it with witchcraft and overtaken the whole earth. There's a penalty for that. There's a punishment for that. You look like you got something. You got something.
Suffer not a wish to live.
That's right.
Kinda.
So you must burn her.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it says that he basically would bring the unalive into perfection, man. The loss of the children and the widowhood, man.
Right.
Which means the Lord is gonna be, you know, what the game say, perfect. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
Verse 10.
Verse 10. And it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
That's it. And with that, you see, hey, that's everything we've been saying in a nutshell. Right? Your witchcraft and your wickedness has perverted thee. It's perverted the mind of the so-called white man, of these elites. Right? They've done these things, like this brother mentioned, the secret societies, right? These different clubs and so-called brotherhoods, all right? What those dudes' names is, man? The Masons, right? The Masonic lodges, Eastern Stars, right? Skull and Bones, and the list goes on and on, right? The different founders of America in the EU, right? The elite bankers, man. Your Rothschilds, Gettys, Bilderbergs, you know, and many more. Okay, there's obviously there's more than what we know.
They use for our people, the Kool-Aid boys.
That's right. Them niggas too, man. Fucking sellouts, man. You know, but nevertheless, these things have been done in secret, all right? And that's a whole lesson in itself, right? Exposing the different secrets in which, right, this devil has used. Okay, different avenues of witchcraft that he has used against us. You see, he thought he would never get caught. And I had somebody holding it in Sirach, what it was, 23?
19.
Yeah, 23 and 19. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was on it.
Yeah,
I got it.
bring that out. You know, he thought the Lord would never see that.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Sirach 23 in verse 19. It says, "Such a man only feareth the eyes of men,
Mm-hmm.
and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts."
So the Lord has considered the most secret parts by way of what? Hey, the angels have brought back reports unto the heavens. Okay, the angels are literally. Hey, you still in Kabak? You still in Second Esdras the 6th chapter?
Yeah.
Do me a favor and get I'm about to tell you right now. It's 18. Grab 18 real quick. The angels are beholding the events that are taken upon the earth, man. Right? The events that are happening, right? When they're in their different cellars and basements, okay, and their different Davos meetings, right? Across seas. Hey, on EP Island. You see? The angels recording that shit, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It's 2 Ezra 6 verse 18. And it said, "Behold, the days come, I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth."
How did the Lord visit the earth? Right? By way of the chariots, man. Okay? Who's operating the chariots? The angels. They're not coming here because they just want to sightsee the fucking earth. No, they're coming here and taking note of things, right? That's going on with the wicked. Also the things in which that's going on with the righteous, man. Giving signs and wonders, right, unto the righteous men. You know? These are the things in which the angels are doing. They're marveling at what we're doing right now. Okay? Go to the next verse, and that'll be it right there, beloved.
It said, "And will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled."
That's right. So inquisition, this is one of my favorite precepts because when you look at what's going on between Esau and Jacob, right? Really not even just Jacob, but ultimately the elect. We're bringing up charges against Esau, man. Okay? Going back to that the brother over there, but that Ezekiel 9 and 4, okay? The sighing and crying is us crying out to the Lord for the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. You see, the things in which, you know, we search out and diligently search out and see. Okay, we're bringing that forth to the Lord and say, hey, Lord, look what this devil is doing, not only to us but your people. Okay, and that word inquisition, somebody grab that inquisition. Just to back up what I'm saying, you know, this is actually like, you know, a case that's being built on the leaders of this world, which are these Edomites, man.
You mean like to inquire on behalf of?
Yeah, that's right.
A thorough investigation.
You got it?
I got
yeah. Go ahead, bring it up.
Online etymology, inquisition. It says judicial investigation, act or process of inquiring, inquiry.
That's pretty much it.
Searching into or seeking. Legal examination, a seeking of grounds of accusation.
So the Lord is actively seeking grounds, okay, of accusation to accuse this devil of the things in which we are saying that he is doing. You see? And the angels are bringing back the evidence. That's why I tell you, like we brought out in the very first precept, okay, the sins of this devil has reached the heavens. How you think they reached the heavens? First and foremost, all right, through the prayers of the saints, but also through what? All right, the angels actually bringing these reports back into the heavens, man. You know? But, and the latter end of that, 2 Ezra 6 and 19, it says, and when the affliction of Zion is fulfilled. So, hey, the angels, okay, are actively watching, you know, history and time go on to indicate, all right, when our sentence is up, okay? when the affliction of Israel has been complete. You see, they're actively doing these things, you know. But I just brought that out to basically show the fact that, hey, the angels is watching, what these devils doing. The Lord is seeing what these devils are doing in their different, meetings and shit, man. I know you've been holding it for a long time. Whatever it is, just bring it up.
It's still fit. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, and just backing up again what the brother been going into, man. These devils thinking, that they off the hook, man. But little do they know is that the Lord's been, like the brother just said, been keeping a receipt, man, keeping a tab, which the angels been recording everything and bringing it back into the Lord. That's why the Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, because he can literally see everything, through his angels. But it says, verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, and pretty much, man, those days are not going to be prolonged anymore, of this damn devil. He's not going to continue to commit sin and mess over the Lord's people forever. The Lord is going to step in and put belt to ass, man.
This second Maccabees,
But as a
6 and 13. I got something to back that up, and I want you to hold that. Because it's finna go into it. That's a beautiful thing that the Lord don't allow that to happen. This devil's days to be prolonged. Right? Ultimately, the Lord says it's his great goodness that we get the kingdom of heaven. All right. So why would the Lord allow this devil to keep prolonging, okay, his rulership? The book of Job, the 20th chapter, tell you that he got bounds he can't pass. Right? And though it may seem like it's a long time for us, because we're actually walking this devil's reign down, and we're actually in it. But according to the Lord, it only been like 2 days and a half.
Right.
It's almost over.
Then, like we always go into it, and the Lord allowing him to reach his people.
Right.
This is the peak Edomite, peak white man that he's ever been at. Technology, weapon, smarts to whatever, henceforth why, the Lord is, setting all this up, to glorify himself. How he's bringing down Esau, Edom, kingdom.
Go ahead, I'll bring that out for you.
This is Maccabees 6 and 13.
Second Maccabees.
This is Second Maccabees 6 and 13, and it says, for it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished.
You see, that's all I wanted in that, right? Because they're completing atrocities, right? They're completing wickedness on our people, man. Yeah, they 2/3 and things of that nature, but hey, a true leader, which hey, the men of the Lord are walking down, being kings and priests, right, and rulers in the world to come, man. So we see, these things happening to our people, and yes, Jake have some sort of compassion, right? Jake ain't just hard-hearted to him, which we understand. It's a certain balance to that, but nevertheless, hey, that shit hurt us to see our people in these lower states, okay? Hey, how you think the Lord feel? He ain't just gonna keep sitting and watching this devil, just fuck over us, man. Going back to that Matthew the 24th chapter, the Lord said he gonna speed up the times, or else nobody gonna be here to be saved. Go ahead and grab. I know he's been itching. You good, bro? All right, bro. Go ahead and grab that.
You said stuff on the top, man.
Yeah.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. It says, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save? Why dost thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteousness of their wrong judgment proceeded.
Therefore, their wrong judgment proceeded. You know, nevertheless, I brought that out. Okay, turn it down a little for me, just to show, you know, pretty much, hey, the Lord, for a certain amount of time, okay, he didn't, you know, bring forth judgment towards the wicked. You see, but now we're in the times in which we're seeing his judgment being brought forth, okay, and it's being brought forth not in secrecy, but in front of the whole world. Okay, go ahead and bring that out.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
That's right. And who is spearheading the wickedness that proceed against the whole earth, man, or amongst the whole earth? Esau Edom. All right, he's like I tell you, you know, these different nations have fornicated, with her witchcraft, man. They've been in bed with this devil. Okay, keep going.
2 Ezra 15 and 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Go ahead.
And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
That's it. All right, so the Lord said that he will hold his tongue no more. All right, meaning what? Hey, and now it's time for the prophets to speak. Okay, the things in which that have been hidden, all right, the things that this devil thought he can put, you know, in the closet, these things are being revealed by way of the prophets, man. All right, the uncovering of his skirts, all right, the showing of his legs. You see, these things are starting to come out because, like we read in the book of Habakkuk, for a moment of time, all right. Hey, the Lord he didn't say nothing about the wickedness that was going on towards Israel, because what? Hey, the Lord was building a case. You see how I'm tying these last few precepts together? You see, second Ezra, the 6th chapter told you that he was making inquisition, all right, of the you know, the wickedness that this devil was doing. And for a moment, the Lord ain't say nothing, because when you're looking at these different y'all got something?
Yes.
You know, when you're looking at a case, right? Hey, for a moment, when you letting somebody speak their piece, you don't interrupt them. You just let them ensnare themselves. So the Lord allowed Esau Edom to ensnare himself. Okay, first and foremost, he's lying. Okay, what did he do? He I forget what scripture that is. It tell you that he give the bottle unto his neighbor. Yeah, he you know, put all of these different doctrines and philosophies in front of Jake and look, Lord, look, Father, look what he's doing. You know, so he lying already. So the Lord just let him, you know, run himself into his own pit, man. Scriptures tell you, he that diggeth a pit, he shall fall into it. Roughly paraphrasing. Go ahead, bring it out.
Habakkuk 2 and 15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink,
Yep.
that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunk, also that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
That's right. So he intended, which he did, right? He looked into the nakedness of Israel, right? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yep.
You see, he has seen us with our power, okay? And the things in which, you know, that's a result of us not being with Yahweh by Shem Yahushai and not being abiding by the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, he's seen those things, but now we're seeing the roles. This the Uno card right here.
Yep.
This the reverse card the Lord putting out. Now the prophets are revealing your nakedness, which is way worse than what you seen from us, man. Okay, it's way worse. You devils are dealing in some odious activities, man. Okay, that was who was reading that for me?
I read that just now. That Habakkuk.
That Habakkuk finished, huh?
Yeah, 2:15.
Right.
I got no.
Okay.
I got a
Con. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, this Psalms 119, verse 126. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. So yeah, it's back when we were saying, it's time for the Lord to execute, man. He already doing it. How is he doing it, man? Hey, he's supposed to Esau, those wickedness and fathers, man. Y'all say, man, he's sending the angels, man, to visit the earth, man. You know? So hey, now, hey, the angels then they bring forth judgment, you know, upon them.
So when you dealing with a case, right? Like I've been saying, okay, a judicial case. All right. Once the evidence have been brought out, okay, and these are evidence that can't be disputed, right? We're seeing, it's almost like we're seeing Esau on a spiritual camera. There's evidence of him doing the things in which, all right, we're saying that he's doing. What's left else to do after that? It's time for action. Now you got to go into your sentence, right? You finna get your verdict, which the Lord already said what your verdict is. Okay, according to shit, it's plenty of precepts, right? Off the top of the head, what is that? Lamentations, the 4th chapter, right? 19. Okay, Obadiah, right? Hey, these things, that's his verdict, okay, to be utterly destroyed. But first, he gonna get 1,000 years, right, of slavery, man. Hardcore slavery, right? The same position, well, really, a worse position, okay, that we had, man. Go ahead with your precept, and I'm gonna jump around.
This the book of Nahum 1:3. It says, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. And I brought that out because we've been talking this, this courtroom terminology, talking about cases and whatnot. Acquit, that's a courtroom term. When you acquitted, you are cleared of all accusations that have been made against you. We've been going into how the angels are seeing everything this devil has been doing, right? He's been making an inquisition. The angels have been making that inquisition, to the Lord about the deeds that this devil have been doing, And it says, and will not at all,
You should have started at 2, but go ahead and finish it and get 2.
It says, and will not at all acquit the wicked. So the Lord is not gonna clear, this devil of the deeds he's done,
Right?
Because we got the proof. The angels was the cameras and the eyes. So that's the evidence against him. So he's gonna be found guilty. He's not gonna be cleared of the accusations that came against him.
We the witnesses.
We the witnesses.
We the
witnesses.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, if I could say real quick, just like with the angels, it's not like a regular like police. They just arrest you for they seem suspicious. The angels like the FBI, man. When the FBI come get your ass, it's an indictment.
Indictment, yes.
They getting indicted.
They getting indicted.
Yes.
And when the angels give these reports to the Lord, when Yahweh Shai come back, the wicked is about to be indicted, brother. It's about to be an indictment. And when Yahweh Shai crack the clouds, what's gonna happen? We gonna be like him. So we gonna be what? Like as the just likening it to something that Jake can actually understand. We gonna be like the FBI. We gonna go get them, put them in chains. All right,
man.
It's gonna work just like that. Y'all got it.
Nah, that's heavy, bro. Go ahead, bring that word out. Indictment.
Yes, I was.
This word indictment on the AI overview is a formal written accusation issued by a grand jury charging a person with a felony or serious crime based on evidence presented by a prosecutor that established plausible cause. It acts as a constitutional safeguard, ensuring defendants are notified of charges before a trial. Indictment does not imply guilt, but the meat of it is this part where it says it's it's ensuring that the defendant are notified of charges before the trial. We're the one notifying Esau, hey, this is what you're doing before the Lord passes the trial on you.
If
And
I got- what? Select.
I like the fact that it don't what it say indicate guilt, right?
Mhm.
Because the Lord is fair. If we talking about the Lord being a just balance, hey, the Lord is, like I said earlier, he's allowing Esau to hang himself.
Yeah.
So by way of him trying to wiggle his way out, you're just showing more and more why you should be punished in the first place. You know, you're making yourself guilty.
Yeah.
You,
But that's the whole point of having a grand jury.
right.
You have people like that's why you took the words out of my mouth with that witnesses,
Mhm.
in which we are the witnesses. We also the grand jury.
That's right.
You know, we're the ones saying we looking at the evidence, we're looking at who's doing it,
Mhm.
we're surveying it. You know, the reports is going up to the angels, to the heavens, and then the judgment is getting ready to come down from the judge because ultimately this devil is going to trial,
That's right.
and it's going to be a landslide. All right, for the elect, we going, huh?
Unanimous.
A unanimous, man. You know,
Yeah, y'all shot. He the lawyer, man.
exactly. He and Yahushua gonna be the prosecutor.
And he the
Yeah.
bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Bounty hunter.
He all of that in one, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
come on, man, that's
Um,
cold, bro. Cold shit.
you brought out what you had.
You wanted me to bring out the verse 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring out the verse 2. I'm gonna get him to bring out this. We can hold that because that's general.
I got something.
Con. All right, we're gonna get your precept. I'm gonna get you. You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
All right.
Right. Yeah, this Nahum 1 and 2. It says the Most High is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh revenge it. The Lord revenge it and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserved wrath for his enemies.
So I asked you to bring that out because verse 3 started out with what? The Lord is slow to anger. So if the Lord said that he is he furious, you see, that means you didn't stoke
You done built
the
up a
fire
time.
of his anger unto him being furious. Fury is not the same as anger. Okay? It's far beyond that. So this devil has done multiple not just multiple, but a landslide of things in which provoked the Lord to ensue what?
10 minutes.
Like revenge on him, man.
And when somebody touched your pupils, how it's in the scripture, it says, they touched the apple of the Lord's eyes,
Yeah.
make you furious, bro.
That's right. I know you had something. Go ahead, bring that out.
Yeah, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh."
His eyes are upon a sinful nation. Who could that sinful nation be? Let's take a wild guess, right? The nation that's controlled by the sinful man himself, the son of perdition, okay? Esau Edom, all right? And he gonna utterly destroy this place, man. America will no longer be inhabited, all right, after the wrath of the Lord has touched this place, okay? By way of what? First and foremost, those ICBM nuclear missiles, right? Those gonna contain the fury of the Lord, man. The Lord said he's gonna send over 200 million missiles, right? Okay? And they're gonna have a catastrophic intent within those warheads, man. All right, that's gonna completely obliterate this place. Not only is he gonna send his anger by way of those missiles, but also by what? Those chariots, man. All right? And Yahushua come and kick ass too. So ultimately, man, the Lord is coming to revenge his beloved ones, man.
Yeah. Y'all want to see someone mention that because in that verse, when that simple king, that's talking about Israel. It first apply to Israel.
Con. First and foremost.
Yeah, first and
That's
foremost.
right.
But yeah, you can refer to America too.
That's right. Yeah, because 2/3 of the nation of Israel will be what? Destroyed with this place, man.
I'll read a little more to get some context.
Go ahead.
This verse 9, it says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the seed, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Heavy, you know. Hey, I forget what it is. I think it's in Sirach 16 or something like that. But it tell you it's a marvel if the sinner escape. Okay, it's a marvel, right? Hey, so these people, these are 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Hey, they're gonna get the same judgment as the rest of these devils, man, here in America.
Yeah, to furthermore back at the point, who gonna only sin? Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
right.
sin is a transgressor of the law. And who's the law given to, man? Israel. So that's
Right.
from Israel, man. But
Hey.
yeah, you also, like I said again, you can refer to America as well.
If I just wanted to say that, I brought that out just to show that the angels is watching.
Yeah.
The reports is like that's all to back up what you were saying. The eyes of the Lord is upon it. You know, go ahead.
So going back to I probably done went back to this precept 4 or 5 times in this live. But going back into that Revelations, the 18th chapter, and verse 5, it tell you what, come out of her, my people. Least ye verse 4, it tell you, least you partake of her sins. You see? So, you know, and that's what we have done. We have removed ourselves spiritually, okay, from this place. All right? We have removed ourselves spiritually in order to what? All right, to prevent ourselves from what? Ultimately being cast within that lake of fire, man. All right, and all the other plagues that will ensue this place. You know? I said I'm coming to you, man.
I just wanted to
Go ahead.
say real quick from what Kabar said.
Oh, the
The
light.
Lord gave, Israel the law. You know, He didn't give the law to the other nations, which means the Lord had it to where He's gonna save Israel and judge the other nations based on the law, even though He didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
You know, that goes to show you how cold the Lord is, man.
And then you call America a sinful, sinful kingdom because he's ruling. He's the
That's
wicked
right.
that's ruling, man.
The man of sin.
The man of sin.
He the man of sin. You know?
Son of perdition.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. This is Isaiah 42:13. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have a long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. And that's backing up the point. A couple points you mentioned, Kalaya, when you mentioned the Lord being the judge, being the bounty hunter, and so on and so forth. But again, the Lord, knowing this devil's track sheet, he's having a hard time, keeping his peace. Keeping himself together. Along with the wickedness of 2/3 of our people, the Lord is pissed off, man. So it tells you in verse 14 that at the latter end, I have a long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now I will cry like a travailing woman, and I will destroy and devour at once. The Lord is coming back to get bloody, man. To repay these people, for their deeds.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, when the settlers were first coming over to America and shit, and that's for those who don't know, that's your Western days, right? Whatever offense that you were convicted of, you had to either repay that or go into whatever. Like if you stole, now you got to go work for this person and things of that nature. And that's what the Lord is about to do to these devils. Hey, you raped, robbed, and murdered. Now you're gonna have to clean up after yourself now.
Bounty on you here too.
After these ICBM nuclear missiles and things, man. Hey, the devil got to go clean up the earth, man. After all of the things in which he caused. But before you get that, I know you've been holding. We gonna kind of make a loop around. But since we gonna do that, go ahead and bring that out. And then that'll be the last one I get, and we'll get all y'all freeze. Go ahead, Alan.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 4. It says, the earth mourned and faded away. The world languished and faded away. The hardy people of the earth do languish.
What's that word? Hardy goes into proud, man. Okay, keep going.
the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
So these people have defiled the earth in their deeds. Okay, and these the Edomites, they have where it's gonna say it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead.
It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
So they have changed laws and transgressed. They have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance. Right. The ordinance is basically just a law. Right. Something that was put in place for you to follow. Okay. So all of the laws, statutes, and commandments, right, that promote life. Okay. That promote prosperity in a righteous way. Order, like that brother said, they have turned that to a thing of naught, man. All right. Like I brought out earlier, hey, this America is classified as the home of the free. You see? So you're free to, they got that do as thou wilt spirit, okay, heavy here in America. You see? And that's not according to the scriptures, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments are put in place for a purpose, okay? For perfect order, right? Complete order. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 6. It says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
So there's a recompense, okay, for transgressing the laws, all right? Changing the ordinance, all right? It says the curse also devoured the earth, man. All right, and what the earth gonna be cursed with? Okay, first and foremost, the chariots, right? Then you got what? The ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, those are the you know, the two main forces that's gonna destroy this place, man. All right, that the Lord cursed America with. You see, and we'll start on this end this time, and we'll just work our way around. You got something? Go ahead.
Yes, the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and 15. And it reads, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done to thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
So, okay, it didn't just classify, because I've been saying Edom a lot in this video, right? Which they're at that top seat, okay, of the heathens, right? All of these other heathens, they follow suit behind Esau, Edom, right? But nevertheless, all of these other nations, they're gonna have to go into hardcore slavery as well, man. All right, they're gonna get that 1,000 years, and they're gonna return back to their country and also give tribute, right, unto the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, but first they gotta go through that hardcore slavery. Go ahead.
Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
That's right. You have drunk, okay, of the nation of Israel. Right? You have partaken in the spoils of Esau, Edom, putting us in the subjection, man. Right? From us going off from our power. You have tasted of that splendor, man. That's right. They have all, first and foremost, a milk scripture, Psalms 83. They have all become confederate. You see, the book of Lamentations, the second chapter goes into how they all clap their hands, and they, you know, they pretty much, you don't gotta get it, but they waited for the day for us to fall, man. You see, but that was it. Huh?
The book of Judah.
That's right.
Explaining, you know, what Israel is like when they're not with their power.
Yep. And that was a battle strategy. Okay, before battle, okay, the kings and the counselors, right? And in the ancient world, you also had for us per se, the prophets, okay, oracles, the seers. They would all, you know, converse within each other and find out the best solution. They found out, right, through much inquiry, and you got to think about it. They had the records, okay, of us being in slavery, you know, in the ancient world, being in captivity of these other nations, and they found out that, hey, when they go off, this will happen. Yeah. So it was a battle strategy, man. Yeah. You know. You got a plea?
I ain't got no precept, but it's something I got.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Remember when you said America, Babylon the Great is the wicked, is a wicked Slocky, is a wicked nation ran by Esau Edom, and you said that doest thou wilt spirit is here, right? When I asked AI, I asked Google, is doest thou wilt spirit a form of rebellion? It said yes. Doest thou wilt shall be the whole of the law of the son. Doest thou wilt is considered a fundamental form of rebellion designed to challenge establish social, moral, and religious norms. And that's basically Babylon the Great, man. And we know rebellion is what? The sin of witchcraft. And that's what this place do. It calls our people to rebel against the Lord.
Who came up with that?
Aleister Crowley.
That's right. Okay, he's Aleister Crowley. For those who don't know, man, he's like a founding father of witchcraft here in America, man. He's highly praised, okay, and uplifted in the witchcraft world. All right, go ahead.
And a lot of that witchcraft that he get goes all the way back to ancient Egypt.
Esoteric origins, man. You know, these I'm gonna say it again. All right, these different idols are not new. They're not coming up with, you know, they just come up with new names. These idols are the same idols that been here since the beginning of time, man. All right, it's the name change.
The name change just depending on the nation.
That's right.
That's in power and rulership at the time.
It all go back to witchcraft, all right? Whether it's Shiva, Buddha, Jesus Christ, okay, and whatever other fucking name you want to put in there, man. It all go back to the same origins.
Jesus Christ shit go back to Serapis Christos, man.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. All of these idols, what you call them damn things? The Greek gods,
right?
You know,
fraternity,
mythology, astrology, all that shit go back to witchcraft, man. That's why I tell you, the brother brought down Isaiah the 47th chapter, that this place was founded upon witchcraft. That's why they're still doing all these satanic rituals, and they're going to continue to do these sacrifices in your face, man. You know, you got it.
And they're getting more bold and blatant with these different rituals and seances, right? If I'm not mistaken, we still in the winter solstice, correct?
Yeah.
And this is one of the most highly wicked times in that world. Okay.
So like we were literally in Saturnalia, the events of Saturnalia, right now. You go down about 10 miles, man.
You in the heart of it.
You in the heart of Saturnalia, man.
Nah.
You know? Go ahead, bro.
Nah, that's a heavy thing, man. Okay. These people, they're partaking in actual rituals and wonder why, you know, look, Kenny from down the street, he just went to the parade and he killed 15 people.
Yeah.
You know, because he got demons on him, man. Okay? Go ahead, what the time look like?
1:38.
Roger.
This is Zechariah 1 in verse 18. It says, Then lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I, verse 19, and I said unto the angel that talked with me, What be these? And he answered me, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Right, going into the nations. How the nations basically, you know, brought us into slavery and had us underneath subjection. And it says, and the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. Okay, and these are the angels. And he said, verse 21, then said I, what come these to do? So what are the angels going to come and do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, again. And it says, so that no man did lift up his head. So they basically, you know, defeated the fighting spirit of the Israelites. Certain Israelites didn't, certain tribes didn't even want to fight anymore, man. They just went along with the program. Okay. And it says, but these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah, to scatter it. And I want to get that same verse real quick in the GNT. It says, I asked, what have they come to do? He answered, they have come to terrify and overthrow the nations that completely crushed the land of Judah and scatter its people.
That made me think of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right, us standing in great boldness. All right, and these people having fear. Okay, these other nations having fear. All right, they don't fear us because I'm Kalaya and I'm 6'2". No, they fear us, all right, because of what we represent. We represent Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Okay, they don't fear the reputation you may have had in the world or whatever the case may be. They fear, what this brother is bringing out. Okay, these scriptures in which hold the power in which that we have, man. All right, the Lord has given us power through the scriptures. All right, that's why we can sit here and stand here, right, and speak in great boldness against the whole earth. All right, want to say something?
Yeah, and I was gonna say, why do they fear it? Why is it so scary? Because it's clearly a representation of divine intervention. Like, there's no way they can put all this money into keeping this truth away from us. Right? Just brought us down to the lowest possible we could be. Right? The harshest slavery, captivity, and we still come back and stand for our power and remember the name of our power, man. Right. That's why it's so scary, because it's clearly the Lord doing this, and they can't do nothing about it.
You got it. Go ahead with your clear. This is Revelations 11:11, and it says, "In 3 days, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood up upon their feet, and the great fear fell upon them which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, Come up hither. And they ascended up to the heaven in the cloud, and their enemies beheld them."
They fucking stop you right there. All right. Ultimately, you could have started at 8. All right, because it goes into how the dead bodies had lied within the streets. All right, going into how these devils didn't even care to bury us. Which when you go into it, like it means that they didn't give us the comfort of us knowing that we are Israelites, okay, and that
They basically represents rest, mercy.
right, us going back to our power, man. Right, they didn't give us that mercy, like this brother said, and I forget what precept it was, but
Because it's a I'm going to cut you off. But basically, it's a shame not to bury a dead body.
That's
so
right.
They kept us with this shame and reproach before the whole world, man.
That's right. And basically what that brother had read to, 11, pretty much is the angels giving us back that Rakakwadash, man. Okay, the Lord unloosing them seals for the elect, man. Okay, us getting this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding once again in the face of our enemies. But that was it, huh?
Yeah, and that was just to back you up from earlier when you was talking about the people are afraid of this.
Right.
They're afraid of what we represent in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because it says that great fear fell on them that saw the people that returned to their power, man.
Go ahead.
Fucking over, man.
You got something? Go ahead, Kabal. You got something?
No, I ain't got nothing.
All right, so y'all good, huh? So Lord willing, this live camp was edifying and straight to the point. Okay. But before we get out of here, we'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Chakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to those free elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom.